Hey YouTube gun people, I shot an IDPA match, club match, day after Thanksgiving. It's called the Cold Turkey match at this particular club. Great time. The guys that set this up, these courses are evil geniuses. They're really fun and challenging. You gotta just love it. It's great time. I shot it in the CDP division with a 1911. I think I'm going that way. I shoot the 1911 better than polymer gun. Not to say that I'm, awesome, but I shot, I think, pretty well for me. And this video is about improving my shooting, improving your shooting as well. And maybe I could it'd be possible to kind of work on improving your shooting together, because I love you and you love me. Just kidding. 1911 CDP, my time was a 162 and change. That's pretty good for me, especially for CDP. It's only 8 plus 1 round, so it's a little bit, you got to reload more sometimes than, for instance, stock service pistol SSP, which is 10 plus 1. And it's a 45, although this guy, I don't view the recoil as being any kind of issue. Totally stock gun too, by the way. There's nothing done to this Smith & Wesson, which now has over 5,000 and change, 5,000 rounds through it. No hiccup. Very minimal wear. This gun has been safety checked. There's no magazine in it. Okay. And nothing in the chamber. Point in safe direction. Pull the trigger. Voila. Minimal wear. There's some holster wear on it, which you'd expect. I like that. Gives it character. Looks kind of trampy when it's a little worn. I like that. I've also discovered today that Mike from the 1911 channel is a Cougar and MILF fan as well. Sweet. So, what was I talking about? Can't remember. Oh yeah, improving my shooting. Oh my God, talking about Cougars and MILFs. I need a few minutes to myself now. Hopefully Ebomi won't start messaging me or something like that. But he likes guys with accents anyway, so just kidding, Ebomi. I hope everything's okay up there in Canada. How do you improve yourself? So if you look at my scores, I tried to basically slow down a little bit and make good hits. But so the way to increase your score is basically by, I think, improving my speed. Now I think my accuracy is okay, but my limitation is sort of on charging targets. So you hit some kind of activator, whether it's a pressure plate, and the target charges towards you. It seems really fast, particularly when you have to shoot, for instance, a steel target that'll fall to activate the mover. And then it'll come charge. You're kind of on a different target. You have to transition over and shoot that thing. Best 2 shots on paper, or 4 shots, whatever the stage calls for. So how do you do that? There's a couple ways to do it. Spend time at the range. It's very expensive. Costs a lot of money. I don't mind that, but it's hard to get to the range every day and shoot. But you can get to your a space in your house every day and practice dry fire drills. Here's a great book for dry fire drills, Refinement and Repetition by Steven Anderson. Okay, and what this basically allows you to do is now practice. Let's zoom out here. Practice acquiring some shooting skills without having to go to a range. And you should really buy this book. if you're interested in competitive shooting at all, any kind of competitive shooting. This guy's one of the world's best, there's no question at all. Brian Enos has some great books too on this. There's lots of other ones, and you got to just check it out. How do you start doing this? Well, we'll go through some of this, but here's an example. I'm not going to show you every single thing, but we'll go through some of these examples together. What you're going to need, and I'll go through what you're going to need. So here is sight picture confirmation. The issue of just drawing, bringing your firearm up, and getting a good sight picture, and doing that efficiently, building muscle memory. Simple drill. You start in a position about 15 feet away, whatever room you have. You set up an IDPA target or an IPSC target, USPSA target, whatever you want. And you do 10 of these in slow motion without the timer. 10 with no par time. Then you set a baseline par time. So what you do, I'm getting ahead of myself, you stand in a box, your hands are naturally at your sides. You draw and establish an acceptable sight picture on the lower A zone of a T1 with finger on the trigger. Do not pull the trigger. Okay? These are dry fire drills, so let me back up a second. Check your firearm 50, 60 times. Seriously. No ammo in the room, no ammo around you, no ammo in your magazines, no ammo on your person. If you're shooting, even if it's an empty gun, you've confirmed it numerous times, make sure that you're shooting into something that is not going to, you can't penetrate. There's nothing behind it, in other words. Be sure of your target, what's behind it. No ammunition. Be very, very careful. Read the safety precautions when you buy these books. So, what are you going to do? This is what you're going to do. You're going to, let's get this in frame here. Hold it steady. Standing in your box, I'm using an IDPA target, so we're going to focus on the down zero. Draw and establish an acceptable sight picture on the down zero. With finger on the trigger, do not pull the trigger. Okay? Goal. This is a doable down to 0.6 for me, Steve Anderson speaking, with an open gun, maybe a tenth slower in production. If you start to miss your grip, focus more on the target before the beep and really pick out the spot you wish to draw. So what you're doing is basically building muscle memory and building a drawing skill. No, just drawing, bringing your hands together, getting on the target. You understand what I'm saying? And you can do 10 of these, no timer. Slow motion without the timer. Then just do 10 regular, no timers. Right? So it's 10 slow motion without the timer, 10 with no par time, so no timer involved. 10 with 0.2 over baseline, 10 at 0.1 over baseline, 10 at baseline, and then 10 at 0.1 under baseline. So what you're trying to basically do is improve your time. You can do these without it, but you'll never know if you're progressing. You need a timer. And I did a video on this, and what we're going to do is just change this timer. Okay, sorry about that. So we set a par time. In this case, we set 1 second par time. So we're going to press the button. There's going to be a delay. Yeah. 1 second to draw and get your sight picture when we're ready to do it. Right? So about 15 feet away, I have an IDPA target. There's the down zero, circled in black Sharpie. Headshot's also down zero. Okay, if you're getting me. Now let's go through what this actually would look like. What I want to do is for everybody to use this as kind of a video journal kind of thing. So you keep track of your times, your par times, keep track of your match scores, and in a few months we'll come back to this. We'll see if this is paid off. Practice with concealment, because you can be as fast as hell with no concealment, but IDPA you're going to be wearing concealment. So if you don't want to practice with concealment because you shoot USPSA or IDPA, IPSC or something like that, that's cool. It doesn't matter. Steel challenge, but I'm doing it for IDPA purposes. Now you can, of course, come through, draw, pull out your firearm, get on target, safety off. We're looking at your sight picture, trying to shoot with both eyes open. You can confirm it by shutting your weak eye, make sure your sight picture is lined up. Then you can do this kind of thing. I don't really do that too much. Maybe I should. Now we're going to do it in just regular motion, no part time, excuse me. So we just kind of regular motion, no time, no pressure of a timer. Learn how to do it right and you'll do a lot better. So I want to push this thing back, grab it. And everybody can do it really beautifully when they're have all the time in the world, but when you get into really doing it quickly, then you run into problems. So just practice it, man. And make sure when you holster you clear that concealment garment, right? See if we can do it on a par time of 2 seconds. Pretty fucking slow. No problem. 2 seconds, I mean, Jesus Christ, if you can't do it in 2 seconds. Let's change that par time. One and a half seconds. Not a great concealment garment, but a real world one, huh? Not a good gaming garment, but